hunting in the mountains of Wyoming. Oh, and then all of a sudden, you guys see this animal 60 yards away. A whole bunch of adrenaline is rushing through your body. But somehow,
Jared, hit that smart board.
so somehow you manage to knock your arrow. You were so nervous you were shaking.
Oh, okay.
You were so nervous you were shaking. You try to stop yourself because, so the antelope does not see you. But it's too late. The antelope has already spotted you. It's too late, the antelope has already spotted you. So you try to get your bow back, but your arm's shaking too much, you can't concentrate. So you take a deep breath and concentrate. And then as the antelope is looking away, you get your bow pulled back, and you take a shot, and you watch the arrow spin perfectly through the air. And then all of a sudden it goes out of control. Goes a little to the left, a little to the right, starts going down, hits the ground, completely misses the antelope. You'll never get a shot like this in your life again. You go find your arrow. Pick it up, you look at it, and you find 2 feathers are missing from your arrow. Then it hits you. I should have fletched my own arrows. So you have to know the basics of arrow fletching, so nothing like this will ever happen to you. Alright, feathers. There is a lot of feathers out there, but according to True Flight Feathers, is everything okay? According to True Flight Feathers, .com, the particle feather is the most common feather of all. And as I'll walk around and show everybody, as you can see, it's a rounded edge versus a shielded feather, which is kind of like more like a curve. This is more used for the particle is more used for like compound shooters, while the shielded, which has the curve, is more for traditional shooters like that I use. In traditional meaning like longbows and reapers, stuff like that. Alright, and then the most important part is to know if you have a right wing or a left wing feather. You hold it by the tip here, and if you see it curves up to the left, that's the left wing. Don't worry about that one. If you grab it and it curves to the right, then it's a right wing feather. And this is a 5-inch feather, this is a 4-inch, and this is also a 5-inch. And it does not matter if you're right-handed or left-handed, you can shoot both feathers or out of the arrow, because if you shoot, right wing will make it spin right, left wing will make it spin left. Alright. The Bitzenberger. Alright, the Bitzenberger. This is the Bitzenberger. Has its clips and everything. There are many types of arrow fletches out there, but according to Bitzenberger.com, this is the most common one that archers use to start out with. As you see, you have a magnet here, just to hold it so it magnetizes, you don't lose it. You take your clips, and just snap it on like that when your arrow's in place. With the feathers, take the feathers and you put them into this clip. Now if everybody would like to come up here, I'll show them what I mean. Alright. As you notice, as you notice, on this one you have this little mark right here, which is made by Permanent Marker. That is when you put the feather in. I put it up to that line, and that's because I shoot with a glove, and when I have a drawback, I need that much space so the feathers aren't touching my fingers. But what compound shooters use they put them back here, and when they put them back here, that means they're probably shooting a release, and they don't need to touch with their feathers or their hands at all. Then you got different types of clips. As you guys can see, this is a straight one. And this is a helical, which just curves a little to the right. Let's see, you can, helicals, if it's a right one, you can put only right feathers in there. So, and this is set up right now for a right wing, and you can turn it left, right, as you can see on these adjusting knobs. And then also, you can turn this pinhole out, put it over here. You can have a three fletch feather, which is mine. This is what I shoot, only 3 feathers on it. Or you can have a 4 fletch, which my dad shoots. He has 4, as you can see. Alright. Now, the major thing, before you start with this whole process of it, you gotta clean your arrow. Where the feathers are gonna go, you just gotta take a little sandpaper, clean up here, get it nice and clean, so the feathers can stick a little better when the glue happens. Alright. Then what you want to do, put over here. What you want to do is stick it in here and make sure it's nice and tight so the feather or the arrow doesn't move around. And you gotta check it, turn how many times. There's a little crease right here on this knock, as you guys can see that, and that's another indicator that you can use to see how many times it turns around. Well, it's right here, so we got 1, 2, 3. Perfect, set up for 3 fletched arrow. Now what you want to do is get your clip, the right helical for your right wing feather, you put it in here, and you mark it up to the line. Alright, make sure it's all pushed down enough, nice and flat. Then you take your glue. Alright, when it oozes out like that, it's probably not a good idea. I will clean that up. And
Good, thank you.
alright, then you want to hold it just like a pencil, and you want to come down here and get along here, this whole edge. And you kind of want to work fast because the glue is going to settle pretty fast, and my hands are really shaky, so this is probably not a good idea. And then you put it on, oh, not like that. Then you put it on, push it down all the way, and then let the magnets take over, and you just set it up there nice and gently like that. So it's nice
Please. The following
and easy like that.
Come to the junior high school office.
And so then,
Mackenzie Ebert,
according to, thank you.
Matt Bowe, Brian Hewitt,
According to
Madison Waters,
PrimitiveWaves.com,
Josh Pfeiffer,
you want to leave this sit for
Brittany
about
Kutner,
10-15 minutes.
Healy,
I suggest leave it sit
Allison Bauer,
for 20 to 25
Abby Donegan,
because the more this
and
sits,
Zoe Hick.
the better off it'll be. And also, according to this website, when you get done, after 15 minutes, but we don't have time currently today, I'm sorry folks, you just open this up, pull it off, your feather will be there, you turn it turn it one more time, put another feather on, one more time, put another feather on. You take this off, and voila, you get a feather, it turns out like this. After you get that feather, you pull this off again, and you tab up here and down here, just real light, and to make sure that the feathers will stay on. Alright, conclusion. No, just kidding. So, these are the basics on how to fletch an arrow, and you want to make sure you practice this before you go on that big hunt, so nothing like your feathers falling off will ever happen to you.